Firstly, give us a bit of background on Agra and what it does.
Yes, thank you very much. First of all, I think it is important to know where we came from. About 30 years ago, 100 producers, Namibian producers, took over the infrastructure of the then BKB, which was a South African cooperative, and started Agra. Now, we've come quite a long way since 1980. Our last turnover for the last financial year amounted to 1.2 billion Namibian dollars, which is about 160 million US dollars, and we had some good growth in the last couple of years. Now, one of the reasons why we actually are anticipating or asking our members to convert the cooperative into a company is because the cooperative regulations and also the Cooperatives Act is relatively restrictive, and especially when it comes to raising funds. And one of our big ideas for the future is that we need to grow our market, and we see that there are quite a lot of opportunities. But for that, we also need to raise some capital.
Okay, so, but what are these opportunities? Take us through some of them.
Well, there is a lot of trade that has started to be generated between our company and also Angolan businesses. There are opportunities to open up what we call our Agra branches, for instance, in the southern part of Angola, together hopefully with a partner on that side. The same applies. I mean, our business consists of two main divisions. The one is the livestock broking division, and the other one is the retail wholesale sector. On the livestock side also, we have already made some inroads into Angola and in finding farmers and other interested parties that would be interested trading breeding stock and also slaughter cattle with us. So those are the opportunities that we are looking at, but at the moment we are still investigating how to proceed further.
Yeah, like you mentioned, those are the opportunities, but what value are you offering shareholders?
Well, again, coming back to the cooperative setup, the whole procedure regarding the rights of shareholders in a cooperative is again also very limited. What has happened in the past is that people became shareholders of Agra, they paid a nominal amount, and that share actually never grew as Agra grew. And what we have done in the meantime is that whenever bonuses were allocated to members, they were credited to their bonus members fund account, but it was never actually paid out in cash. And also what happened is that with the profits that we made over the years, they were allocated to reserves. And it is very difficult for our members because they are not, shares cannot be traded. The shares are to be given back as soon as they stop farming. So there was actually no value that we added as a cooperative to our shareholders. The idea now is to convert those fund accounts and then also quite a substantial amount of the reserves into shares, and then allocate those shares to our members according to the did with us over the last 6 years, and then allocate proportionate shares to them. And those shares can then be traded.
Well, knowing fully well that the regulations restricted you being a cooperative, why is it only now that you've decided to go into being a public company?
It was always a difficult situation with Agra, because I think in the principles of a cooperative is really to ensure that there is collective bargaining on behalf of the members. Over the years, and I think in the last 3 to 4 years, it was shown that our business that we conducted with members actually didn't grow, because the agricultural sector in Namibia didn't grow all that well. And that is when we started diversifying into other products. We also uplifted our property department, property division. We invested some money there. So we actually started making profits in the last 3 to 4 years out of business which is not member related. And therefore, there was not really much reason to do that beforehand. Beforehand, it was a question that we actually survived, but we did not really have such a lot of added value at the bottom line.
Just very briefly, Peter, how do you expect the market to react to your listing?
Well, a listing is not even on the cards right now. I think what we want to do is we want to see that our current shareholders receive their rightful portion of the reserves, and also to transform their members' accounts. But our intention it is to really carry on for another 3 to 5 years, get decent results, increase our exposure, maybe start looking at our neighboring countries and seeing business we can organize there for ourselves. And then hopefully when we have 3 to 5 really profitable and good years, then we would be thinking about a listing.